In New York, they had 42nd Street, where I think from 1979 to about 1983, the majority of movies played on the deuce was kung fu movies. And I must have seen over 100, 200 films. I mean, I went to the movies every weekend. And then when I was 12 and 13, me and ODB cut school so many days, scraped up $1.50 and sat in those theaters from 9 a.m., 10 a.m., from soon they opened till closing. And mind you, these movies are rated R. No one under 17 is permitted. I remember giving the local glue sniffer, you know what I mean, an extra $1 to buy my ticket to get me in. If you think, when I think back on it, I was like, damn, they was dope fiends, sniffers. I definitely was a little dude in the middle of all this slime just to watch these movies, man. And then after 42nd Street went downhill, pornos started taking them over, and they had the 24-hour theaters. And to see a real kung fu movie, you had to go to the bummiest theaters, whereas a homeless guy lived there. And the theater was a funky motherfucking place. That's when I saw Shaolin versus Wu-Tang in 1981 at a 2 pornos and then that movie. You know what I mean? As a kid, to see any movie, of course, in a movie theater is always a great experience. But even to see these films on TV, because TV was not showing these films. Only on Saturdays you get a chance to see a film like this. On Channel 5, actually, in New York. And when it came on TV, though, trust me, my whole block came outside, because that's how it was in those days. You watch it, it comes on at 3, by 5 o'clock, everybody's outside doing it, trying to do the snake, fall back, trying to do everything. These films definitely resonate a lot in the black community. It's the underdog thing, it's the brotherly thing, and also I think it's the escapism. Because you could go there and watch these movies and it's not even American, it's like a whole nother world. The weird thing is this for me. Now, when they came on TV in New York, that was probably, let me see, I was maybe 15, 16. 80% of the films they showed on TV, I seen in the movie theater. Because I was the movie buff already. So I'm telling my friends, you got to see this one. Or a lot of my friends heard about, because in the old days, you see a movie come on and tell your friend the whole movie. But when the Shaw Brother movie was on, it's like you was happy. Seeing Shaw Brothers was like the difference of cornflakes and Frosted Flakes. You know what I mean? Cornflakes, cool. Frosted Flakes is like, yeah, a kid to eat that. So Shaw Brothers, to me, had a formula of making movies. And when you knew that it was Shaw Brothers, you knew it was dope. It's like the sound effects, the acting, and there's a lot of great kung fu films, don't get it twisted, you know what I mean? But their movies were of the highest standard, highest quality. And I would say Chang Che and La Ka Lung, those two directors, man, they made masterpieces, you know what I mean? And to see their films when they came on TV, it outshined 80% of everybody else's films. I named my band the Wu-Tang Clan based on, it was a famous Shaw Brothers film called Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. And the sports style in that movie was invincible, unbeatable. And that's how we felt about our lyrics. Wu-Tang Clan became us. And the brotherhood exposed in those movies molded my mentality of what brotherhood is. You know what I mean? When one man gives up his life, for his brother, especially in 36 Chambers in the beginning, you thought the two guys got away and only one guy made it because his friend risked his life to make sure he made it. movie 36 Chambers of Shaolin hit me multiple times in my life. The first time I saw it, it just was the first film that I seen that had a history that was outside the scope of American history. In the sense of, being like a black man in America, history don't never go further than slavery, actually. And I never had a true imagination besides Greek mythology and Bible stories about what was going on in other parts of the world. I didn't have a clear vision of it, you know what I mean? When I seen this movie, I might have been maybe 10 or 11 years old. And I would never forget when I seen it, you know what I mean? I was like, the guy jumping out with the axe in his hand, the Shaolin monks, the fighting, the whole thing, it just really, as a kid, it just took my mind to a whole nother world of history and information. I bought my first manual the next weekend after I seen the movie, you know what I mean? I bought so many Kung Fu manuals, man. The first manual I bought was the Tiger Crane Hung Gar form, you know what I mean? Come to find out, it's one of the main styles used in the movie. I didn't know that at the time that was a style he had used. But I still got a nice library full of Kung Fu manuals. Now, it's hard to learn from a book as far as learning how to fight. Nobody can actually teach you how to fight, or you can kind of learn a few moves for exercising, but the principles you can learn from a book. That was the first time, and then when I seen it again at the age of around 14, I started actually, hearing some of the things they were saying in the movie, and so that kind of started getting into me on an internal level, causing me to look into books of Eastern philosophies. Then the third time it affected me was maybe around the age of 19, when I had the Wu-Tang crew and we was running around just doing lyrics, and I watched this film again, and the third time it just let me understand that chambers, what's a chamber? It's something that a man must go through, something that a man must conquer. And so that made me call my album Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chamber. I think what makes it so special, it's not just a story of revenge. It's also a story of, self-discipline, building up the self, stretching the limits of a physical body. It's like Rocky is always a great movie. You see Stallone working out and drinking his eggs and having to, become that fighting force. And Master Killer, which was the name they named it in America, he had to go through the same thing. And you see there's a member of my group named Master Killer. You know what I'm saying? He was the last member to join the group. And he took that name because he felt like he had to go through the 36 chambers to become similar to his bigger brothers, which is myself, the RZA, ODB, and all of us. He had to go through it to become a master. He wasn't a lyrical master when he first entered it. He was just a student. It's always certain actors we watch, You watch an actor in a movie, and you want to be him, you know what I mean? I was infatuated by Asian actors. There was two guys I wanted to be from the Kung Fu movies. One was Master Killer, and the second one was the Toad from the Five Venom, you know what I mean? I don't know how many times I went in my basement, my garage, and imitated the things I saw them do. I mean, it's like I definitely wanted to be Master Killer. He's one of my favorite martial art actors of all time. Any movie he's in, I strive to have in my collection. We as a kid, you have a fantasy, you have a dream, you have a hero, you know what I mean? And when you meet that person in your life, it just shows you the progression of your life. After all these years, to actually work on a project that he's involved with, so it's kind of crazy. And even I remember writing the music to the scene where he's on the banister fighting Uma. You know what I mean? Here I am setting the pace for Gordon to do his magic, you know what I mean? If 36 Chambers never had a fight in it, it's still a great drama, it's still a great story of discipline, struggle through oppression, shall we say. It inspires you. The setting is beautiful. The action sequences is great. But it just definitely takes you to a world, outside of everyday occurrences, and it's just, man, it's too many things really to describe. But it is one of my favorite movies.